Welcome engineers to Race Love Problem. Today's problem is assigning activities once again. Straight away going for the air department equipment upgrade, as it gives me resource points and no downgrade of department morale. So instantly taking out the two on the left. So going for the sponsor advertisement and reaction training, as it gives me the most acclaim, and my second driver, Callum Ilott, goes up in pace in some I think. Wanted me to highlight the sponsorship because he'd gone up in acclaim, so the sponsor goal bonus had gone up, and the weekly income would have gone up as well. So just going through the driver market again. Unfortunately, stupid for me, I didn't go down to the very two bottom people. I only realised that when I was going through updating my spreadsheet. I'm glad I did it because two drivers had changed. It was like halfway through, and I was like, none have changed, so I may as well not do it. And then I think it was Ilott had changed his stats, so yeah, it was good for me. Anyway, it got some resource points to do. No upgrades left on, no upgrades pending for the durability, so we're just gonna find out what's more worn, the MGUK or the energy store. And looking at it now, it's a bit stupid to compare them two because MGUK has 3 and the energy store has 2 energy components. So yeah, a little bit stupid to compare. So I think I just go for the energy store, as it's the one that will give us the most. It'll give us another upgrade to do with the one at the top right, if you saw. Got not enough money yet to get a resource point generation build, which I told you that I was going to do. And with this invitational event that I'm definitely going to do, I will have the amount of money to get me it. But here we are for the invitational event, by the way.
Here we are then, the calm before the storm, as we wait for this field of iconic cars to burst into life for the historic invitational event today. I'm delighted to have the opportunity to be here, and welcome along to all of you at home as well. So grab a cup of tea and get ready as our competitors make their final preparations.
Competitors, plural. There's only one of me. Anyway, end of the thing. Easily done it with about 8 seconds to spare, but then we get the next checkpoint. So yeah, coming to the end of the timer though, I decided that I'm not going to get to the next checkpoint, so I might as well do donuts. Didn't quite work, so yeah, that was a bit of a waste of time. But it was funny to see the AI try and correct what I had done. So I'd done like a 5-point turn going into the barrier almost twice, but yeah, don't get to see the end of that. But we passed the goal, so we get the 150,000 and the 1,000 acclaim. Unfortunately, not enough money yet, and the upgrade failed for the Sashi, so I'm just gonna wait. Enough money for the facility on the powertrain. I'm stupid, not going for quality control. So yeah, that was a bit. I mean, this upgrade had failed, telling me you need to do quality control. But yeah, I can be on the stupid side sometimes. But anyway, reaction training working for Callum, and it gives him 1 pace, I think, or it was something. But yeah, unfortunately, has to beat us going into this Grand Prix, but we aren't focused on them yet, although we should be focusing on them soon, considering yeah, things. Powertrain upgrade, it's coming for the Dutch Grand Prix, along with the Sashi and the durability upgrades, so 3 good upgrades hopefully coming in for the next Grand Prix. But we've got to focus about this Grand Prix first, and by doing that we are going to look at the messages we've got about the forecast. We had a wet qualifying last time out in Vietnam, so we're going to have a wet race this time out in China. So going to head to practice, but practice is a bit stupid considering the fact that the race is actually going to be wet, so none of this is going to help, considering I don't do the qualifying race programs. So yeah, a bunch of waste of time. So technically, all I really should have done was the qualifying race program, but I've done all of them, so I can get the resource points. Only 1 green on the track acclimatization, so yeah, got a purple all round, and doing the race strategy 1.4 up on the first lap, and quite easy. And with that time, that puts us 4th in the leaderboard, just behind Sebastian Vettel, so not too bad. Going 8 tenths quicker on second lap, not improving on our all best lap time though. So I think I make a mistake there on that lap. Considering I'd set a 1.3 quicker on this lap, and I've got purple pace, so I don't need to do any more. And doing the ERS management because I can, and purple ERS management, so that was good. And got time for maybe 1 more program. Yes, we do. The fuel saving, almost in the purple, only just in the purple. Almost had to do the practice program again. I mean, I could have lifted it off just to make sure that I'd actually done it, but I didn't because I had the gut instinct. So around P12, along with around P11 with Gasly in that, in the AlphaTauri and the McLaren of Lando Norris. So that seems good for us, and hopefully we can carry this momentum into the race. As got 515 resource points from us, 898 to spend on the next episode. Although technically I shouldn't have gone below 1,000, but I did. Technically, I can go below 1,000 if it's to do the powertrain and durability, which it was. So yeah, but then again, it was already on 800, so. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Anyway, going for the final dry session of the Grand Prix weekend, as oh yeah, rivalry. For some reason, I saw the 4s as 0-0. Looking at the driver stats here, was looking at Carlos Sainz, Ricardo, and Ocon, because I was thinking of taking them on board for next season. Just realised it's a 1-2 for Mercedes every single race, but Bottas leading, so yeah, could be interesting for them. And maybe they get a 1-2 again, but you never know. So anyway, qualifying. First lap, Callum crossed the line to set a 33.3 flat. Callum Ilott ahead of us. Not too surprised though, because I have got a wet setup on, so yeah, it's going to be more suited towards the wet conditions instead of the dry, so I'm not too surprised. Heading in turn 1 and turn 2 for our best lap now. Qualifying ends, and I think we're the final one to cross the line before it ended. Maybe that Williams had just got past, but I don't think Williams is going to beat us. Coming out turn 4, nice traction, and we go 1.5 tenths up. Heading into turn 6, braking about the 100 meter board, taking an early apex, and rotating the car towards the long left-hander of turn 7. Having to lift it just a little bit, and then getting on the curb for turn 8. Going a little bit wide to the apex, so we lose a little bit of time. Turn 9 we lock up a little bit, and then turn 10 is pretty much flat. Don't really want to go on that curb too much, but you can go on that curb on the exit of turn 10 instead of the entry. Heading towards turn 11, braking when the curbing starts, and then turn 12, getting on the curb, and then nowhere near the curbs for turn 13. heading out onto the long back straight then. Seems to have gained some time, so maybe we've got a better acceleration, which it seems like we have. Heading towards turn 14 now, we're almost 5 tenths up, about 4.8 tenths up. Heading into the corner now, gaining a lot of time and then losing it again, but the acceleration gains us sometimes. Heading towards the final corner of turn 16, clipping the curbs on all parts and coming across the line. 7 tenths improvement. Didn't focus on when we came P16. So the fact that I'm running a wet setup and the fact that technically our car should technically be 17th and 18th. I need to stop saying technically. So the fact that we should be 17th and 18th, 16th is not too bad. But it is bad when you've got your rival qualify ahead of you in P14. So yeah, good start on the wet tyres or intermediates. And with the setup, we should do well with all the wetness. And yeah, hopefully we can get past Magnussen in the race and take lead on the driver rivalry, as he does lead the rivalry by 1 point due to the fact that we were drawn coming out of Vietnam and the fact that he's now beating us in qualifying. So Jeff telling us that he said in the briefing the car's looking good. I don't remember the briefing. I wish they actually put that in the game, that'd be cool. But they haven't. Yeah, so development update. Coming midway through the Grand Prix weekend. A bit weird. But let's talk about the Grand Prix. Talking about the Grand Prix, let's go to it.
It's time to find out which driver is up to the task of claiming the Chinese Grand Prix. We're here in Shanghai. The ever-tightening turns 1 and 2 will prove tricky in the slippery conditions here at Shanghai, and anyone that slides wide will lose a lot of time getting back on track. Turn 14 should still be the best place for overtaking, but we'll have to see some improvement in the weather before the drivers can take advantage of that DRS assistance. Joining us today to oversee all the thrills and spills, it's Anthony Davidson. And great to see you. How are you feeling about the race today, and how are the circuit conditions from what you've seen?
Well, the surface looks clean enough, but I'm a little bit worried about the track temperature. It's pretty cool out there, which could give some teams difficulties when it comes to keeping their tyres in the right operating window. The cars out there that work their tyres hard and really put a lot of energy through them, they'll be the ones that are better off.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Albon, Charles Leclerc and Sainz, Perez, Ricciardo, Vettel and Esteban Ocon, Gasly, Stroll, Kevin Magnussen and Kvyat, the engineer, Grosjean, Callum Ilott and Antonio Giovinazzi, Raikkonen, Russell, Norris and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
Lucky for us, Lando Norris got a grid penalty, so we start P15. And the 3 drivers that we were looking at, Sainz, Ricciardo, Ocon, all start in 6th, 8th and 10th in that order. So we can see who's better out of the 3 of them. But don't need to worry about them too much. We've got to worry about us first, as formation lap gets underway, and we're starting towards the back this time. So yeah, well, I'm talking about compared to previous Chinese Grand Prix, the old My Team series. So yeah, Jeff telling us that we've got to warm up the car, and I think we've done that. So yeah, should have a good Grand Prix. And I'm kind of debating whether I should have gone Grosjean or Magnussen now, in terms of rivalry. But Magnussen does feel like he's the worst driver, even though Grosjean does make quite a lot of mistakes and crashes. It's just felt easier to go against Magnussen. But maybe I should have rethought that because of this Grand Prix. But we get ready for the 5 red lights now, and they are about to go out, and they are off, and we are underway for the Grand Prix now, as Daniel Kvyat gets a poor start, and then we get poor acceleration heading towards turn 1, so Grosjean gets us going through the long right hand of turn 1 and 2. We go right round the outside of Grosjean, maybe down the outside of Kvyat, maybe with Magnussen, but no, we don't. We think about consolidating our position against Kvyat, and we force him wide as we go through turn 4, and made it so that Grosjean and Kvyat go side by side, going out the corner, heading towards turn 6 now. Looking to go down the inside of Magnussen, but Magnussen kind of blocked it off with a little move towards the inside of Stroll. Make contact with him only a bit, but no warning so far. Heading towards the turn 12 now. There's nothing happened until now. We get a massive snap of oversteer in this wet condition, so maybe I should have gone a little bit higher on the rear wing or a little bit lower on the front wing. And weather report, see what Jeff has to say. So at the moment, Inter's look like the best tyre, but we've got someone down our inside. It's not Grosjean, it's Kvyat who's gone down the inside of Grosjean. Luckily we keep the position against him, but Grosjean didn't keep that position, so he weren't as lucky. Vatchbras in the purple lap time, so he's kept the lead from pole position. We're coming across the line with 2 minutes, hopefully that's our slowest lap time, so we won't need to pit this Grand Prix. Heading on to the back straight of lap 2. Didn't want to go through the whole acceleration phase. We looked to the inside of Magnussen, but we aren't close enough. Should have gone for the dive bomb. But we back out of it and we stay in P14 for the moment, as Magnussen is dropping off the back of Lance Stroll, so we could have made the dive bomb and made no contact with the drivers in front. Setting a 50.5 on that lap to improve, so yeah, looking good at the moment. Lap 3 we get a little bit of track exceeding warnings, but that's not the worst thing about it. We oversteer completely, and whilst trying to respin round, I plant the throttle down, and I've just head towards the barrier, and that is actually partially my fault and partially the game. Well, my fault for accelerating, because that just forced me towards the barrier. I should have just like tried to counter steer it or just turn into the spin. That way I wouldn't have to have lost my front wing. So that's my mistake. And then it's also my mistake for not putting enough rear end on, because massive oversteer. So now we've got a mammoth of a task to try and catch down Latifi, but 33 seconds. Gonna have to catch him at what? Over 2 seconds a lap, and our car is just not quick enough for that. A few updates from Jeff. We want to tell Jeff quiet because he's a little bit annoying. So yeah, 2 minute 14. That's our worst lap this race. So yeah, that's annoying. Heading towards turn 6, we set a purple sector 1, which is a little bit surprising considering our car's nowhere near that pace. As we're going to come across the line. Yeah, we don't set a purple lap time. I knew it. Yeah, a little bit surprising. Cap now to Latifi. 28 was 30, so we are closing in a little bit, but a little bit of oversteering like that, we're not going to close in. Closing in 3 seconds a lap on him, but we've got 7 laps left, 21 seconds, not going to catch him. So yeah, just got to bring the car home to get the sponsor goal. Unfortunately, while trying to figure out where my rival was, I was trying to figure out what his fastest lap time was. To get a massive snap of oversteer. My controller turned off, that's why I got a snap of oversteer. So when I see if we can find out his fastest lap so we can beat it, but it's no avail as we get another track limits warning. And yeah, Magnussen up in P13, so maybe I should have made a dive bomb on him, because maybe the dirty air had something to do with our oversteer moment. Heading towards turn 6 again on lap 8, and we once again set a purple lap time, purple sector 1, but it comes to no use as Lewis Hamilton sets a 46.6 right after his teammate, as we're going to come across the line setting a 47.1, nowhere near the fastest lap time. 22 seconds to the gap to Latifi as we get a massive stank of lap of oversteer. That's what we should have done on lap 3, but I think lap 3's incident was a little bit different, because I think we were a lot closer to the left hand side of the track. So yeah, Lewis now setting up 46.5, and we're going to come across the line to set a 47.6, nowhere near his lap time. So yeah, we've still got a lot of developing to do first, as we're through turn 4 and there's a yellow flag on the track map. It's one of the Mercedes. It's not the first Mercedes, it's the second Mercedes, as if you remember from when they were setting purple lap time, Bottas said it's first, and then it was Lewis Hamilton. So that's Lewis Hamilton that's out of the Grand Prix, and there it is, that confirms it. Lewis out of the Grand Prix, and we get a massive snap of oversteer as Valtteri Bottas and then sets the fastest lap off of 46.5. So Lewis can't keep that. There's the car, going for it. Take P21, 15 seconds to Latifi. We are closing in that quite quickly, but unless we can close in 5 seconds a lap, yeah, nothing doing. As we set a 47.6 on that lap, 1.1 off the pace, as we come across the line for lap 13. Set a 47.3. I just remembered we weave in the other lap. That was because I had a bollard stuck, I think it's lap 9. Going wide at turn 6, and then we get a massive snap of oversteer, missing the advertisement board as we cause a yellow flag drifting through turn 7. If you remember to the F2 career, not too long ago, yeah, there's quite a bit of drifting in that season. So yeah, doing it again, drifting round turn 10. Yeah, you don't want to do that too much, you will get a penalty. Although it didn't give me a warning then, so I'm not sure why. Just going to the blackboard, that's why I'm always late coming out, unless it's it has a definite beginning and end. Valtteri Bottas wins the Grand Prix, so Lewis retiring just made the win easier for Bottas, as what we've not made easier for ourselves is the rivalry. We've got a 3-second penalty, so now that's lost the penalty points towards Magnussen, meaning that we both finished the race, so it's 1-1. He finished in front, so it's 1-2. He got no penalties, so that's 3-1, and then I got the fast lap, making it 3-2. So he's gained a little of 1 extra point on me now, so he now leads the rivalry by 2 points.
Well, keeping their tyre temperatures up in the tricky wet conditions was really important. There's not much grip out there at the best of times, and it's 10 times worse if you're out there on cold tyres. So the way they kept the rubber in its proper operating window was a huge advantage today.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it.
So that is annoying. We could have stayed drawing with Magnussen in the rivalry, but we'll just have to wait to Netherlands to try and triumph against him, as Netherlands is quite a good circuit for me. Although I did have to do multiple flashbacks in them last time I was there, so yeah. You never know what could happen though. Anything could happen in Formula 1. I could win the championship for all you know. I doubt it, but you never know, I could. But not looking good in P21 and 9th in the constructors, drivers and constructors, respectively. So yeah, I mean that's just adding insult to injury. 3-second penalty, and we're already last. It's like knocking a man down whilst he's already injured. Alex Albon getting ahead of Max Verstappen to get a 2-3 for Red Bull. Yeah, there's the penalty free. Nope, we didn't do that, so we only get 2 points on him, as he now leads by 2 points. As I've got technically 4 races remaining, because before it was started just before Vietnam quali. So final one will be well, the first one was round 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, round 8, which is Canada. No, Azerbaijan. So we've got to tell Azerbaijan to do well against Magnussen. Azerbaijan's usually a strong circuit for me, and so is Netherlands. So as long as we do well at those circuits and do okay at Spain and Monaco, my weaker circuits before, we should be fine. But that's going to be it from me. If you liked, please like. If you didn't like, dislike. If you really enjoyed and you want to watch more, please subscribe. That will really help me out. And yeah, comment your thoughts on anything throughout that race. And join the Discord links in the description. Share your thoughts with friends of common interest. And until the races have a problem that you engineers can't fix, I'm the race engineer. Goodbye.